Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here. Today is March 11th. Xur is in EDZ in the Winding Cove, so let's go over what he's got today. Alright, so I do want to take a second to point this out, and this is the Fighting Lion. It is a breach load grenade launcher, so it uses normally special ammo, but this one uses primary. Remember, primary ammo against adds got that boost of 40% damage, so in higher level activities, this is still going to be very potent, and it's Void, pairing well with the Void 3.0. Direct hits do more damage to combatant shields. Dealing damage increases reload speed. Rapid fire blows against grenade damage combatants refill the magazine. So again, it's a really fun weapon. I haven't really tested it in high level stuff this season, but it's got 40% extra damage and you can get that quick reload if you get the kills on it. Breach loads are fun. Definitely, if you don't own this already, make sure you buy it. It's worth owning. Definitely worth experimenting with this season. Alright, for your armor, both exotic and legendary, it is collection level stats, so unless you don't own these, there's not much point in buying them. But if you don't own a couple of these, you probably should buy them. Graviton Forefoot, improved invisibility increases the duration, improves like reloading, melee, and recovery while you're invisible. If you like invisibility in Void 3.0, definitely one to experiment with, and then know that you're probably going to want to grind for one with better stats. You've got Syntheseps, which is going to buff your melee range, and also when you're being surrounded, it buffs your melee and super damage. And then the Aeon Soul, it is all the Aeon packed ones that you can have. Each class has a version of this one. If you don't own it, it's definitely good to have this in case other people are running it. Sect of Insight is good to get those, heavy finishers in case you're working towards ammo. In high level things as well, not a bad thing to own if nothing else, just for the, group purpose. So if you don't own a pair of Aeon Souls, I would at least buy those just in case you don't come across them for a while. All of your legendary armor for each class is just going to be for transmog purposes again, so don't worry about these unless you're just really going for a piece of armor for a look. For your weapons, you've got Rapid Hit Multi-Kill Clip, which isn't bad, but there's generally better ones with Explosive for champions and things of that nature. Field Trap Elemental, I'm going to skip that one. Firmly Planted Swashbuckler, skip. Fusion Rifle, firmly planted and tap the trigger. If you don't have a great fusion rifle for PvP, this is a good one. If you can get that like crouch or slide as you come into a room, you get the firmly planted benefit of that accuracy. Tap the trigger as well paired with it. This is one of those really powerful fusion rifles that's going to be really good in PvP. So if you don't have a great PvP fusion rifle, for sure do not miss this one. Pick it up, well worth the buy. You can skip the shotgun and your Shattered Cipher, but the Swarm was a Nightfall exclusive, and I think it still might come in rotation, but you've got Killing Wind and One for All. One for All getting that like 35% damage buff by, tagging 3 different enemies. With a machine gun, that's very easy to do, and then you get that huge damage buff for a little while. If you're spraying down enemies with a machine gun and clearing enemies, which is probably what you're going to do, this is a really good one. So if you don't have a great Swarm and you are missing a decent machine gun, double win here. So don't sleep on the main ingredient and the Swarm. Both are actually very good. For Hawkmoon, you've got Eye of the Storm. That's kind of always a preference on if you enjoy that perk. Personally, it's not one that works as well for me, but again, that's just not one I'm used to putting benefit into. Weapon becomes more accurate and boost handling as your health gets lower. It's fine, but again, to me, it's not as crucial. Fourth time's the charm on Dead Man's Tale. If you're looking for that ammo efficiency, this is like the beefier version of Triple Tap. And if you're just trying to unload that damage for a while outside of something like Subsistence, this one is going to be your one for single target DPS, just to be able to continually fire those precision shots. So this is not a bad one. Again, the Vorpal is one that a lot of people are going to prefer because it's 20% damage all the time on those miners, or on the, champions and then bosses. And then it's also got the primary damage for red bar enemies as well. So it's a good combination when it's got Vorpal. If you're just swimming in exotic ciphers or something and you feel like 4th time's the charm is the one for you, that's up to you. Again, the Vorpal was kind of the #1 pick, and that was a couple weeks ago. But I don't really need to log in and check the other characters because all the armor is still going to have the same junky stats of literally like 48, and they're all the same. That's why I think and hope this is a bug, because normally at least random armor has different stats, but it's the same like 10, 2, 10, 2, 2, 22. Exactly the same across the board. So that feels like a weird kind of busted glitch type thing. Exotics are just literally collections, so they have a little variation to them, but these are identical, which is just really bizarre. Other than that, you do have Trials back this weekend. So if you guys haven't actually jumped into Trials in a while, could be very spicy with Void 3.0, but it's a chance to get a Pinnacle if you can get some of those round wins. Also, if you can get that card up to 7 wins eventually, that's going to get you some. But remember, whether you're winning or losing, that reputation gain is still going to be beneficial for you to unlock those engrams and get loot from Saint 14. That's not a bad thing. And then finally, at Savathun's Throne World, today, at least if you see this one on Friday, you are going for the Tarnation today. Then on Saturday, you've got the Fell Terradiddle Bow, which is what I'm going to be grinding for. And then the Father's Sins on Sunday, and back to Come to Pass on Monday. But that pretty much wraps up everything that you're probably going to be doing for the weekend. This is Xur wrapped for March 11th. If you enjoyed this one, drop a like below, leave a comment if you got questions, maybe something I didn't shout out that I should have. If you want to find me on Twitter, it's Ebontis. Streaming over on Twitch, I've been doing a lot. It's Ebontis right there. Right here on YouTube, if you haven't hit that sub button, hit it. And hit that alert bell too so my videos can make it to you. Those of you who've gone the extra mile becoming YouTube channel members or Patreon subscribers, you guys, thank you extra so much. All of you are amazing. I'll see you soon.